Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth, and as you can see, we're skipping through everything because we've already finished Victor's route. We got the good ending, so what we're going to do now is we're going to skip through everything and just get the bad and the normal ending. I already kind of played through the very intro, skipped through it where we met Lupin, because I didn't want to, I shouldn't have done it, I guess. I was just worried about, like, I didn't want to deal with, like, the intro song coming up and doing all the copyright stuff again. So I was like, well, I'll just wait till after that's over. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save every time we have every time we get a choice, I'm going to save so that we can easily just go to these save points. So I'm going to save here, and I'm going to overwrite my old saves because there's no point in saving those. I'm going to save right here where there's questions. So we know what to choose. So next time if we need to choose refuse, which I'm going to tell you something. I know right now that is never going to be good. But, you know, so the thing is unfortunately when we go down, like, Lupin's path and Impei's path and all this stuff, we're going to be doing the same exact thing. We're going to skip through everything. So this is kind of the way the rest of this game is going to go. But anyway. So I've got a guide up. So we take his hand. Okay. But I'm doing it this way because I know there's going to be choices. Like the first time we had to choose someone to train us, we chose Van Helsing, and this time we're going to choose Victor. So there are going to be different scenes, but I don't want to keep starting, stopping. But this way you guys can kind of, yeah, we're not going to read the text, but we can kind of go through and like, okay, this is when Impei comes up with the car that he brings, and now we're going into the city and stuff. So we can kind of get a refresher quickly of kind of what happened, maybe, when we get to questions. And then if there's anything different, we can read from there. I just, obviously, am not going to reread the entire thing because that's 30 days worth of, that's like a month of rereading to go down all of Victor's stuff. And I don't know. I mean, no, that would be like 5 months of doing. I was like, maybe we could, like, when we go down Van Helsing's path, we could read through all this again. But I think what I'm going to do is we're going to have save points, you know, during the first 8 chapters, because I don't think a lot of it, this doesn't, some of it matters, some of it doesn't. Like take his hand, allow, like blah, blah, blah. I want to go with Victor, come out. Some of these things might not matter, where we could just jump in and like, okay, these would all be the same choices that I've already made. I can jump in at chapter 8 and just start going down that person's path. Because when we get to chapter 8, 8's the last chapter. So, like, obviously Victor's path. Okay, so we're going to allow it again. So we already did that. Oh, wait. Remind me. I've got to keep remembering to save. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm going to forget, and I'm going to... Okay, so we're going to allow it. I wonder if remain... But you know what the funny thing is? Remain defensive does not show that it goes down a bad path. So that's really weird. But anyway. Maybe if you remain defensive, it pushes you towards one of the other guys and not on Victor. I don't know. But we'll see. So we're just going to skip through... I know this is odd, like we're skipping. I just don't want to miss if there's a different scene that we haven't done. You know what I mean? I would rather skip through, you know what the weird thing is? That thing that she thought she saw in this scene? Like maybe if you go down Saint Germain's path, you find out, but like, what was that? Because it wasn't him, right? He's like, oh, whatever. So if it wasn't him, then who the hell was it? I don't know. That's interesting. Aw, Victor. So again, I know this is odd because this is like, you know, going to be like 40 minutes of just scrolling through everything, but you know, we get to kind of see our boys fast, and we still get to see them all and kind of refresh our memory. And like I said, I just don't want you guys to miss any scenes where then I have to like go through and be like, okay, here's the scene and this is what happened. Like, I feel like skipping through this, you kind of get, yeah, okay, we're at the doctor's and that's when we did this, and we kind of remember. We don't know all the words that were said, but we know, oh, okay, this is when she's being checked out by the doctor. All right. And oh, this is when this is happening. And you know, just you visually get a refresher of what's going on, which I think helps versus jumping in and, oh, here's a scene of Victor's that we didn't see. Oh, here's a scene that we didn't see. Oh, here's an option. You know what I mean? Like, Um, obviously, when we do like the bad paths and stuff, we'll have seen everything. I'll just, unless we can get through all of it in this one time, but we'll see. It's 8 chapters to go through. So we say I want to go with Victor. Oh wait, let me save. This is what's going to be a pain in your ass. You can see that by the time you're seeing this, it's weeks back, and it's May 3rd as I'm recording this. So I want to go with Victor, so that's going to make a difference when we obviously go down Impei's path, I'm sure, so that will be helpful. I just have to remember choice number 1. Well, we'll figure it out. Okay. I think all of these so far are things that I chose, but I just don't want to take the risk. Like I said, you know. Oh, and this is when Van Helsing shows up. Oh, my God, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Wait, there he is. Oh, why is he hot? I love it. He's the one we're going down next. But he's the one I want to go down next. I'm probably going to not record this for a while. Obviously, you guys aren't going to see any difference because I'm going to take a break for myself, like, because I'm way ahead, obviously. Like, it's May 3rd as I'm recording these. By the time this goes up, it's going to be, what, like the 19th? I might be recording now, like, starting now, by the time you guys see this, starting a new path. So I decided to, and I already did the coming out. So, okay, I'm really fucking good at this game because I've already done everything that I'm supposed to do. That's exactly what we're supposed to do according to this. Oh, sorry. Boop. So the next choice that we get to do, we'll actually see a new hidden scene. This is why I'm doing this, guys. This is why I'm doing this. Because that's when we chose Van Helsing, but we should choose Victor, so. Plus, this is fun. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Come on. You get to see them. It's quick, but you get to see them. We don't even get to see the title cards come there. It's like, it starts to go great. It's like, nope, screw this. We're going too fast. So, Bird, I can't. Your toenails are killing me. You can't do that. God, Bird, you need to trim your toenails. All right, so what should I do? I feel like it would be best for Lupin to focus on gathering information. So see, we asked Van Helsing to teach us, but we're obviously not going to do that this time. So next time when we go through Van Helsing's path, I'm sorry that this is just saving. This time, we are going to go ask Victor to teach me. I want Victor to teach me. Me? I'm honored, but I'm sure one of the others is more appropriate, like Lupin or Van Helsing or even the Count. What about me? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean any harm. It's when people say they meant no harm that it always hurts the most. Victor, what would you teach her? You mentioned handling chemicals, but I don't see how that pertains to self-defense. Actually, there's more to it than you might think, Count. Victor says this with a confident yet humble smile. After breakfast, Victor and I head out into the forest near the mansion. Fine, this is far enough. Victor, did we really need to come all the way out here for a chemistry lesson? Yes, the chemicals we'll be using have combat potential. He opens a case he brought with him from the mansion and takes out a small glass tube. My need for being able to defend myself arose when I had to run from the law. That's when I made a few dangerous concoctions. Dangerous concoctions. I remember when I first met Victor. He's probably talking about those tubes that exploded or create bursts of light and sound. Some of them are non-lethal, but others are quite capable of ending someone's life. I thought I might give you some at some point. Which are you holding now? This is just an example for today. I'll let you have the real thing when we get back to the mansion. All right, which should I use? Oh, hold on. They can all be dangerous in the wrong circumstances, so we have to exhibit proper safety precautions. Victor holds up a single glass tube. This is going to be a liquid explosive. There are 2 layers of glass, and each one holds a different solution. When the glass breaks, say by throwing it on the ground, the solutions mix, causing a rapid chemical reaction, like so. Victor suddenly throws it against a tree. Oh! The moment the tube strikes the tree, a small explosion bursts forth. Just like that. Even the slightest impact causes it to explode. Amazing. Did you make this? Didn't he just say he did? I mean, yes. I'm an alchemist after all. I wouldn't be any good at it if I didn't know basic reactions. I really shouldn't be abusing my knowledge of alchemy for something like this, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Am I going to be using the exploding ones? No, that might be a little too dangerous. Maybe something a little more mild. It's not here. Victor rifles through his case for a moment, then smirks in disappointment. Seems I've forgotten it. It's all right, though. I can still do something. Sit tight. I can easily create more from a mixture of this solution with that from the other test tube. The composition's much the same. Test tubes. Mostly seen in Victor's possession, these vials are usually used as research equipment. However, in times of war, they can be used as easily portable bombs when filled with special chemicals. Victor mutters something that's probably scientific, but sounds like magic to me, and begins working on something in his case. I take a peek at his face. His usual kind expression takes a backseat to seriousness as he swirls the glass tube. I'm a bit enraptured by his demeanor. Yeah. I grow a little embarrassed and look away. There's another large tube at his side with a note attached to it. Do not open. Danger. Not even to find out why. This is serious. I guess he doesn't want it opened. That's actually the cutest note ever. Don't even open this. Not even to find out why you shouldn't open it. Strangely, the repeated warnings about it somehow compel me to want to open it. It might even be some kind of trick to make people open it. Oh, this is interesting. I mean, I gotta save this, but... I wonder what... Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Let's do this. We're gonna save here, right? Save. What this says for this thing, it says leave the tube alone. But I want to open it and see what happens. I don't know if it's going to change anything, but let's open it and see what happens. And then we'll come back and we'll leave the tube alone. Let's open it. I can't stop myself. I have to open it. I gingerly pry the lid off the glass tube. Nothing happens. Huh? Wait, Spacey, what are you doing? Victor, it's fine. See? Nothing's happening. I suddenly feel dizzy. That's a powerful anesthetic. If you open that, it will get into the air and then... Victor's speech suddenly becomes slurred. You... I knocked him out. But Victor, I'm so sorry. Victor collapses into the ground, and I fall on top of him. Oh no. I can't even get up. I'm so sorry, Victor. Hours pass. The numbness eventually starts to go away, and we're finally able to get up. So, the lesson here is that one must be very careful when handling chemicals such as these. It's now dusk. Victor continues to lecture me. Since the sun is setting, let's wrap up today's lesson. I'm wondering if this is the same ending, whether you do the thing or not. Alright, you're a very good teacher. I've learned a lot of things, and I feel very satisfied about the day's events. I don't think that's right. Victor seems embarrassed and waves his hand as if to dismiss my praise. No, you only feel that way because you're an outstanding student. You made it very easy to understand things. Even I could understand which drugs have what effects. Well, I did teach a lot of people while I was working as a royal alchemist. I'm glad you find my teaching helpful. You found my teaching helpful. I look forward to our future lessons, Master Victor. Master Victor. Oh, that's funny. We should get going. We don't want to be late for dinner. I nod in agreement and follow him back to the mansion. The lessons he gave me not only helped me learn how to protect myself, but also stimulated my curiosity. I really want him to teach me again. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, hold on. I'm actually going to, I'm going to load this one. Okay. Now we're going to leave the tube alone like we're supposed to. I shouldn't open something that says not to on it. I mumble to myself and tear my gaze away from the tempting tube. Because, honestly, this is not a good or bad... I mean, this doesn't change, like, the way Victor's path goes, but it's definitely not something that's going to come up in any of the other paths. Like, some of the other things in the earlier chapters could change, like, obviously choosing Impey or not taking Lupin's hand. I'm pretty sure if you don't take Lupin's hand, it's a bad ending on his path. Because it's like, oh, you didn't take my hand and now we're dead. Like, or something. You know what I mean? But you could probably not take his hand and it would be a bad ending here. But I think that's a bad ending on where we would choose that. But all of these other ones, like I want to go with Victor or I want to go with Impey, come out or hide, are probably on other people's paths. If not, we can always go through at the very end and choose anything we didn't choose to see what happens. But I want to, while we're going down Victor's path and while we say choose him to teach us, do both of the options now, because we're not going to choose Victor to teach us probably at any point. Maybe, no, because when we get to when we finally open Lupin, we'll have him as an option. So we're never going to get this option again, so we might as well do it now. You know what I mean? All right, so I mumble to myself and tear my gaze away from the tempting tube. Huh. Oh, that concoction's pretty strong. The lid shouldn't be opened under any circumstances. Victor raises his head to tell me this. If you open this, something terrible will happen. Something terrible? Oh no, I'm so curious now. Please? No, let's use this instead. What's that? It's a chemical flare. The chemicals inside create an intense light when mixed. Watch. Probably should have just told us what it was. Like, oh no, we'll both get knocked out if you open that, so let's not do it. Oh, okay. Like, just tell me what it does and I won't do it. Don't be like, don't do it. It's terrible. No. Victor throws the tube and... Oh, I was like waiting for it to automatically go. A burst of white light takes my vision away. My eyes slowly adjust back to normal. I've lowered the intensity so it won't cause permanent damage, but you can use it to blind opponents. I gave some to Lupin. Wow, that's so much fun! Huh? Well, it's not a toy, you know. So the lesson here is that one must be very careful when handling chemicals such as these. I think, yeah, so see, we already read this. So that's basically what would have happened. He taught us versus we made ourselves pass out. So I guess it really doesn't matter. It's just, you know, it's better to choose that path. So we're going to end up asking Victor to teach us again. Oh, look, this is when we got our new outfit. And they're all like drooling like, oh, who should I ask to teach me? Okay, I'm going to save here again. 20 minutes and this is all we're doing. It'll be probably better. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to ask Victor to teach us again. So we're going to go down because, you know, we're on his path, so. Okay, so we already said interesting. I'm going to save, obviously, again. I want to see what happens if we say boring. But we're going to go back because I don't want to say boring to him. Let's say boring. That sounds, maybe another time, Victor? No, I guess you're not interested. Yes, it might be boring stuff anyway. Then what should we do today? We have so much free time. Yes. What to do? What should we do? Time passes while we try to figure out what to do. Victor takes a small breath. Well, let's take a break from our lessons today. Do you want to just talk? We can talk about anything you want. Let's do that. Where to start? Oh, the other day, Impey asked me to taste some of his cooking. Uh-huh. Victor's gentle voice feels good in my ears. So this is, I'm sorry, I have my guide up and my phone is like this is just sad. Our conversation has nothing to do with self-defense, but it's nice to do this once in a while. I have thoughts like this while we talk. Half the day goes by. Okay, so this is what would have happened, because I'm pretty sure if we go back, I don't want to do it wrong, so I'm going to reload this. And we're going to go back and say interesting, because we don't want to screw up our path. That sounds interesting. And then he's going to teach us everything, and then half a day goes by, so... That's so mean, it's boring. But we got to choose everything, guys. We got to see every scene that we can possibly see, so... Yeah, so half the day goes by. So that's exactly where we would have ended up. Yeah, so I hope this isn't like terribly boring for you guys that we're just skipping through like this. Obviously we're going to skip through for the other paths, but if this is really bad and you hate this and you just want me to skip to the choice and go to a choice, like, okay, here's where we are, and just cut in and out to parts, let me know and I can do that. This honestly is easier for me because I can keep track of how long we're going. But oh, I'm supposed to disagree here. Oh, this is going to be new. It's going to be new. But it's things like this. Like, okay, I can always do this and come in, say, okay, here, guys, we're agreeing, disagreeing, or can't decide on the train robbery thing, and this is what we're going to say. I feel like going through it the way we're doing it this way is easier. One, I can keep track of how long we're going without going, oh, that was 2 minutes, that was 5 minutes, this was 6 minutes, this was 8 minutes, this was like 5, you know, and trying to do the math. And honestly, I feel like this is good because you get a refresher of kind of everything we've gone through. You know, like all the beginning stuff, and it kind of helps me give a refresher too. But anyway, so train robbery, we're supposed to disagree. I'm against this. It's too dangerous. I understand that you want to put an end to the problem as soon as you can in order to avoid danger, but it's wrong to jump in a new dangerous situation to get out of an older one. I agree with her. I think she's got a good point. If you ask me, I guess I'm on her side too. Their words give me strength. I'm glad. I'm not the only one who thinks Lupin's plan is too dangerous. I'm sorry, but this plan is moving forward no matter what. Those of you who are against it can simply stay behind. I mean, we knew that we were going to, you know, whatever, but I guess being against it is on Victor's side, where maybe being for it is helpful to Van Helsing or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of maybe puts you closer to one of the other guys. Who knows? I will go, even if I'm by myself. Hearing Van Helsing's words, we all look around at one another. I understand why you'd be against this. Worst case scenario, Van Helsing and I will take care of it on our own. Fine, I'll go too. The more options, the better, right? I'll do what I can to help. Fine. Don't blame me if something goes wrong. Me too. I can't stand behind while the rest of you put yourselves in danger. So it seems we're all taking part. It's all right. Lupin knows when to back out. He will run if it truly is dangerous. All right. Then everyone's willing to give this a shot? We all nod in determination, agreeing with Lupin's sentiment. I won't let you down, I promise. I'd like to get into the details now, but there's one thing I want to say. To put our own lives first, right? Exactly. You're catching on quick. Let's see if... Okay, so we've already gone through all that. So, okay. So we can skip that. So, everybody... Okay, so I believe we checked on Victor, and that's exactly what we're going to do again. So I'm just going to save this so we can just... Honestly, though, I'm not necessarily sure why we need to... Maybe I really didn't need to do that, because then the next time we're not going to come... We've got to choose other options to get here. So we're going to have to come to this point anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm not doing this well. I'm going to think about the save points better as we go. Because there's no point if I think about it saving here, because when we go down Van Helsing's path, we're going to have to choose other options before we get to this. So it's really only when we go, say, to train with Victor, save, and choose both of the options, because we're never going to get back to that. This, we're going to have to go through when we get to... Okay. I wasn't thinking about this. I wonder what Victor's doing. Okay. So I don't really need to keep saving. At certain points. Certain points are good to save at, I guess, but probably not all of them. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible on us, but in order to get down the right person's path, we need to choose the right options. And if we choose, say, Van Helsing the first 2 times we say train, we're not going to open this save point there. You know what I mean? We board the train on this point. So, again, we're not going to save because leave the station will come up on another person's part. So we'll board the train like we're supposed to. So I'm sorry, I screwed this up. It's only the first couple that we need to worry about. Once we start going into this point, we don't need to keep saving unless it changes Victor's route. So when we get into chapter 8 with Victor, or on Victor's specific chapters, that's when we'll worry about the saving. So I'm sorry. We are supposed to stay hidden this time. Okay, stay hidden. If I leap out right now, I might get in their way. I need to trust in Victor. Oh. Ugh. Victor quickly twists to the side and throws a different tube he'd been hiding. There's no explosion, but the soldier collapses and falls down on the spot. Victor, what was that? It was the anesthetic, Spacey. You don't need to worry about me. Just stay hidden over there. All right? Oh, just stay hidden. I don't know if we're supposed to say that twice, but anyway. Just stay hidden over there, all right? Yes. I feel it when I say yes. It's weird. Like, okay. Like, but I don't know. It's just weird to say yes. I can never say it with the right inflection in my voice. I don't know what is wrong with me. Anyway. The two of them handle wave after wave of soldiers, but the enemy attacks get more and more intense. At this rate, Van Helsing and Victor will be overcome, even with their skills. Okay, we can skip all this. Okay, so we did all kind of read some of this. Sometimes I don't know when it's okay to skip and not, because I don't want to accidentally skip if it skips. I should only skip what we've read and not what we haven't. But I have never tested that theory, so I don't know. I mean, if you think about it, we're already at chapter 5, so we're almost halfway through. So, you know. Oh, hi, Lupin. Without a mask, but still sexy. I mean, in his, like, thief garb without the mask. Oh, Alistair. Okay, so now we're... Okay, yeah, we're gonna get to the vampire part after this. Finis, still alive. So I'm really curious, though, because Finis dies, right? But yet in the second game, Finis... You can go down Finis's route. So how's that even possible? If Finis is dead. Oh. I just don't even know. Alright, so. That's true. Saving would have been good to go back and see all the options we didn't choose before. But we'll keep track as we go and, like, through other people's paths. And then at the end, I can go through and be like, okay, here's a scene we didn't see, and just go through and just pick the random things we didn't pick. But I like the hoedown music in the background. It's, like, so ridiculous. It almost doesn't go with what's going on at all. Like, this we're supposed to say, is there another way? Okay, hold on. Oh, I should have... Hold on, wait. I'm going to save for a second because I want to see if I hit skip, if it skips or not. So I'm just going to save over this right here. So hold on. I want to see if I hit skip. Okay, it doesn't skip if you've read it or if you haven't read it. Perfect. Okay. Isn't there some other way? I'm not comfortable making a dangerous decision like this. I agree with her. There's a chance something could go wrong if this thief is the violent type. I must say, I'm not enthusiastic about this idea either. That's unexpected. I thought you'd think it sounds like fun, like you always do. I don't react that way to everything, you know. Yes, you do. But if you want to make a substantial amount of money in a short time, we'll have to do dangerous or illegal things. Illegal is no good. Illegal is no good. That's how I should have read it. Spacey's got to learn to read. I guess this is our only option. After we talk some more... Okay, there we go. Yada, yada, yada. We decide we're going to do it. We decide... Oh, Van Helsing. Oh, Van Helsing, why are you so fine? Oh, why are you so fine? Hey, Van Helsing, you're so fine. You're so fine. You're my mind, Van Helsing. I've lost my fucking mind. I have to do something to keep this interesting and, like, keep going talking because we're going through this so fast. But still, I mean, you have to say, even though we're not actually reading anything, it's a really nice use of 40 minutes of watching this because you get to stare at their faces quickly, obviously, but they're still there and you get to see them. And I know technically we could have gotten through this in like one part if we didn't do the skipping, like if we weren't going through everything. But again, I don't know. Let me know what you think about it. I'm not like, if everybody hates this and this is so agonizing and painful because we might get an extra part having to do this. We are supposed to persuade him, which we already did, so that's cool. If, like I said, so if we, it would just be one less part because we could have gotten, well, maybe two. You know what I mean? So if everyone's really opposed to, oh my God, no, I don't want to see you skipping through everything and, you know, going like we're doing now. I won't. I'll just skip through until, okay, we're going to make a different decision than we made. And I'll just like start recording and say, okay, here we are. We're making this decision. You know, we're supposed to not ask. Oh, but Van Helsing. Okay, on your part, I know we're going to ask him. Like I was, no, it's nothing. I see. Van Helsing responds softly without looking in my direction. He's like, oh, fine. You don't love me enough to ask me. I do, baby, but we're on Victor's path. I'm sorry. Next time. I won't ask. I can't bring myself to ask. If I were to ask him if he killed Delacroix's father, he would most likely tell me the truth. But there's nothing I could do about it, even if I knew the truth. I probably won't be able to even be sad or surprised about it. Spacey. What is it? I'm going to see Delacroix II tomorrow. I can't avoid my connection with that boy. All right. The young boy said he would kill Van Helsing. If he's decided to go there, that must mean he's willing to kill or die. Van Helsing's eyes reflect a silent yet unwaveringly strong will. God, I love him so much. I'm going back to my room. If you have no business with me, you should go back to your own bed as well. I nod and make my way back to the mansion. Oh, we're not there yet. Oh, there we are. Okay. Okay. So see, sometimes we're doing different things. But then I would have to remember what the hell's going on. Like, oh, we were talking to Van Helsing. Right. I remember. Yeah, because obviously we're in the vampire part, so I don't know. To me, this is just easier. But, you know, whatever works. Now we get to watch him fight Deli. Oh, look at that pretty face. It's also the hair and the little cute little dangly thing on his glasses. It's just, I don't know. Yeah. But definitely also leave, like I said in the last part, leave ideas for who you want to see next. I'm probably going to go down Van Helsing's path next, but then leave me notes if you want to see Impey or Saint Germain after that, who you'd prefer, because I'm probably, like I said, after I record these things, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. You guys are going to kind of catch up, and then I might be a couple of parts ahead, but I won't be as far ahead. So I should be able to get in your vote for guy number 3 by the time we're done with Van Helsing's route. So, like right now, if you told me, I'd be like, well, forget it, I'm 3 days out. But, I'm probably going to need some time off. Like, I got to take a break in between each path. Like, a couple of days here and there, you know. I'm going to be taking the longest break between Victor and everybody else. But then again, this is why this would help me when we come back from my short little break. What should I do? What are we doing? Oh, crap. Where am I? Oh, run into a back alley. Oh, okay, cool. This is different. Okay. Let's get off the main street. I take Saint Germain's hand and lead him into a nearby alleyway. Thanks to you, I know the layout of the streets around here. Let's get as far away from them as we can. I see. That's not a bad idea. He smiles effortlessly. Oh, he smiles effortlessly following along as I run at full speed. Good Lord. I've been talking all day at work, literally, so I can't with the words and the letters and the tongue and the mouth and the moving and the... Is there another way? This is definitely one method, but there is a good possibility that we may have caught them off guard if we had acted as if we were unaware of them. That's an ambiguous strategy. There is never any certainty when it comes to dealing with people. For example, there is the possibility that they intentionally let us become aware of them in order to lure us here. What? As if waiting to prove him right, several figures appear from around the corner. A group of men wearing bizarre masks stands in front of us. I feel like we read this. I don't know. Like, it's twilight. Several of the men take cautious stances. There's no room to run in the narrow alley. Yes, okay, we did. So technically all routes end up kind of sort of leading to the same point. Well, obviously. But like... So we walked down the main street, and then we ended up running into the alley. But this time we just cut off a little bit of dialogue by running into the alley, so... Alright, so I think this is when Victor's talking about going to see Victoria. Yes. Because this is a negotiated solution. That's the chapter we're in. Oh, and now we're talking to our Widow Wubba boy outside. Oh, now we're not anymore. I just like being able to see all their faces again. Like... Because I'm not going to lie, when we go down Victor's path, it's more about us and Victor. We really don't get to see them that much. And now we get to see them all again. And it's like, oh, I missed them. For the couple of chapters we weren't with them. I missed them all. So, I'm curious. I think, because this is a common chapter, we might do the ... later. So we're going to go, we can't let him do this, which is what we did last time. But that's part of what we're supposed to do in this path. So, So now we're going to go through all of this. And then we're fighting them, and then we run away, and there's Herlock Sholmes, and then he just magically vanishes. But I bet anything, we're going to see him more, because we saw Victoria a lot, like in Victor's path, right? We went down, we saw her, she was kind of our nemesis there. And I have a feeling that when we, oh god, whoops, I almost dropped my controller and I hit the wrong button, and I was like, no, what did I do? I just stopped it from skipping. So I have a feeling when we go down Lupin's path, we'll see Herlock Sholmes more. He'll be our nemesis. But I don't know what's going to happen. Say, if we go down Impey's path, like, who are we really gonna, like, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? Like, I could see, you know, Herlock Sholmes being, like, we're going to battle with him, you know, and that's going to be, like, well, it's not always going to be happy rainbows, you know what I mean? But what are we going to do when we go down, like, Van Helsing's path? Because, like, maybe there's going to be some other vampires introduced, because it's not going to be Deli, because he's kind of on our side, unless all of a sudden he decides to be psycho, but he was kind of helping us later, and I like that he became a kind of our friend, so... Or Alistair, maybe. I mean, because we know Alistair's acting against the Queen, so maybe Alistair will take a slightly bigger part. But then I'm curious about Saint Germain. Maybe Finis really isn't dead. I don't know. I mean, I'm just really curious how these chapters are going to go, because... And I'm also really curious as how we're going to get cured, because, like, in Victor's path, he gave us, like, the serum that basically suppresses our poison, right? But when we go down everyone else's path, how are we going to get cured? Because we can't still have poison in our body, you know? So how is that going to work? Is he still going to give us the serum? Like, because the other guys aren't going to do it, you know? They're not going to be the ones doing it. Like, that's Victor's job, so... I kind of feel like this was a good path to go down first, to be honest. But now I'm just really curious as to how, like, when we go down Van Helsing's path, how the hell are we going to be able to touch that man? We're just never going to be able to touch him? That's going to be, like, that's going to kill me. Like, I'm just trying to figure out where we are in the thing. So this is a lot of stuff in between our choices here. Okay, so actually, what we'll do on this part, let's get through all the common stuff. So we'll get through all the choices in chapter 8, and then we'll get to the chapter 9 stuff, and that's where Victor's path kind of starts. And then we'll probably have to wrap up and do all that stuff where we'll get down the other good and bad paths and all the other options. So I know this part was kind of just a bunch of recapping and a lot of other options and a lot of skipping, but I hope you guys are okay with that. I feel like it's nice. It gives us a little refresher and we get to see all our boys again. Oh, look, he's so pretty. We're still supposed to say I'm having a lot of fun. So maybe when we're with somebody else, we'll say the opposite. So that's, I mean, again, we'll find them as we go. It's really going down Victor's path that we're going to be going a lot of back and forth saving. Oh, this is right. This is the air race. I was like, what are we doing back here again? I forgot. I was too busy like thinking of like all the stuff as I was talking, like, oh my God. And I wasn't really looking at the screen focusing. I was just like, my mind is like thinking about like, how are these other ones going to go? Oh, and this crazy dude. Oh, who knows? Maybe he's going to be down Impey's path. Like, oh my God, we get to talk like a Muppet again. I don't think you guys have gotten to the part yet where that guy's, I don't even know what part he's in, but I can't wait. I can't wait till you get to him. I really can't. Like, oh my God. I really hope I did his voice justice the way I saw. Oh, Impey! He looks like a fucking Muppet. I can't. Oh my God, I love it. And like these might be, well, I mean, I can't imagine on Impey's path these options would be different. Well, I mean, the options, but I mean like these choices would be different. Because like, I'm having a lot of fun. We're not going to be like, oh, you're boring to Impey. You know what I mean? But maybe we do when we're going down Van Helsing's path. I don't know. What should I help with? Oh, we get to prepare a counterattack. That's what we're supposed to do. I'm going to prepare to hit them back. You want to send them down before they do the same to us? Got it. I'm going to keep piloting from here. Say GG, leave the engine to Victor and go join Van Helsing on the rear deck. Aye, Captain. Sure, you can leave things to me, but there's only so much I can do. Just hurry. I don't know what you plan to do, but if you mean to attack, hurry up and do it. I'll tell you what to do from here. I need you to go join Van Helsing. Right. Oh, look, we get to join Van Helsing. I think we're going to have to, when we go down his path, we should be doing this too. Following Impey's direction, I rush to the rear deck. St. Germain and Van Helsing are already there, which is funny because the last time we piloted by doing this, but now we're not going to pilot. I liked being the pilot. Anyway. Between the two of them is something very large, and what's that? Some kind of gold sphere is next to it. Are you all there? The manual to the secret weapon should be right there, so start reading. Spacey, I'm going to focus on piloting, so I'm going to leave operating the weapon to you. Me? All right. I start reading the manual as the ship is rocketed by more explosions. Here are the instructions. 1, get Van Helsing into capsule. I'm sorry. I just knew. I'm like, oh, that's going to go wrong. Excuse me. What did you say you were going to do to me? Oh, I'm going to do a lot of things to you. But no, wait, what? I'm sorry, huh? If he questions you, ignore him and continue. This is an emergency and sacrifices must be made. What is that supposed to mean? Impey, I know you can hear us. Answer me. Van Helsing, this truly is an emergency. There's no time to question the plan. I understand, but... Van Helsing is to wear the vest inside with the wires attached to the specified points within the capsule. I guess if this is our one and only way to survive this, then I don't have a choice. Oh, God, poor baby. Oh, God. We're using him as a guinea pig. He's like, what? Are you going to fire me on this thing? This is great. I love it. Van Helsing steps into the sphere and sits down, and St. Germain secures the lid. Next, bring the capsule to the tube and set it near the aperture. St. Germain easily lifts the sphere containing Van Helsing and places it by the end of the tube. Then, hello? He just lifted a giant sphere with a man in it. St. Germain is pretty fucking strong and it's a little scary. With great force, the capsule slides into the tube. Hey, what is this? What's going on? I need to understand what's happening. After he's in position, push the button to fire. Is this some kind of... I take a better look at the machine in front of me. It came up suddenly, and I didn't recognize it because of its strange shape, but it seems to be... a cannon? So it seems. It seems to be a human cannon. Gold stars to you two, who are about to debut the Van Helsing cannon, invented by yours truly. I just love it. Van Helsing cannon? That's actually pretty funny. Nice going, Impey. You're going to shoot Van Helsing at Nemo's ship? That's insane! Thank you, Victor. Don't worry, it'll work because it's Van Helsing. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't work with anyone else anyway. Oh my god. This is fucking hilarious. What about safety? It's fine. Oh, it might kill any ordinary person, but it's him. He'll be fine. He's banging on the inside. I think I hear him shouting in there. Van Helsing can take it. He'll be fine. You're really emphasizing that this is for Van Helsing only. I'm starting to get worried. As the argument goes on, Impey skillfully moves the airship and avoids Nemo's shots while approaching his ship. Spacey, now! Shoot him good! I don't think we should do this. But... I'll do it. No! Saint Germain reaches past me and pushes the button without any hesitation. Oh my god. Oh my god, they just shot him out. Oh my god. This is the best! I just want to replay the scene over and over. This is the fucking best. Oh my god, poor Van Helsing. Oh, my poor little baby. Oh my god, you poor precious. The cannon makes an incredible boom. The capsule, trailing wires, soars through the sky and approaches Nemo's HMS Fulton. Wah! Slow projectile like that is no problem to shoot down with my superior super science. Not so fast, Saint GG. Push the button again. Aye, aye. The Count presses the button once more. Whoa, the capsule opened. Oh, look at that. Oh, we got a Van Helsing CG. I'm sorry, I just screamed aloud. Oh, I see. Van Helsing seems disgruntled at his treatment, but his eyes are locked on the enemy ship ahead. Thanks for being so understanding. We're counting on you, Van Helsing. It seems Van Helsing can still hear Impey, and we can hear Van Helsing too. The wires attached to him must have a small communication device attached. Impey, when I get back, you're going to be in a world of pain. I'll eat as much salt as you want later. For now, just look out. He's about to shoot. The weapons on the HMS Fulton are turning towards the cannon as we speak. Turrets big and small, all facing us. Ha! Time to say goodbye. You'll be a great sacrifice for the advancement of science. Fire everything. I can't do it. Oh my god, it's gonna kill me. Nemo's shout echoes across the sky, and more than 2 rows of cannons fire on us, their balls filling the air. That just sounds totally wrong. Huh, this is nothing. One of the cannonballs is coming right at him, but he calmly fires at the highly explosive projectile and diverts its path. We feel the heat of the explosion, but it doesn't do any damage to us. Van Helsing continues to reload and fire, targeting the projectiles on a collision course with our ship. Is he just dangling out behind the thing? Isn't he, like, falling? Like, how is he... What would they do without me? God damn, he's fine. He shoots down one cannonball after another, and the air between our ship and Nemo's is filled with smoke and fire, and he's just, like, floating like a god out there. Perfect. After the indignity I've suffered, I have to let off some steam. I'm not even going to make a comment about that. Because you know what I'm going to say about letting off steam and Van Helsing and him being fine. Anyway. A few minutes before, seconds after Van Helsing was shot into the air, the sky was filled with bright red and countless explosions went off. All I could do was sit in a daze and stare at the ongoing conflagration. What's going on? I can't see anything because of all the flames. My, they're really going all out. I can see everything from here. He is using his shotgun to blow up the cannonballs, and whoa! He's jumping from ball to ball. That sounds wildly inappropriate. His skills are superhuman. I hope Van Helsing's alright. Don't worry, I planned this knowing what that guy's capable of. He'll definitely take care of the job. We hear more explosions for a while. After a few minutes, the noise dies down. Then... Can you hear me? I've infiltrated the HMS Fulton, and I'm going to take down the crew, one by one. Any questions? I sigh in relief when Van Helsing's voice comes through over the line. Good! Fight them, but don't kill anybody. An airship that size can't be piloted alone. They'll need an emergency landing. Got it. Van Helsing's reply to Impey's impossible order is short, but soon we start to hear a series of explosions off in the distance. Nemo's ship begins to fall into the clouds. Mission accomplished. Yeah, I knew you could do it! Oh, you didn't cut the wires, did you? No, I tied them onto the airship near my entry point. Nice! Get back there and hook yourself up to the wires again. We hear Van Helsing's running footsteps through the aether communicator. All the while, more small explosions are going off within Nemo's ship, perhaps due to whatever mayhem he was doing in there. I'm back at the entry point, and I've reattached the wires the way they were. So, how am I supposed to get back over to you? I have a bad feeling about this. Why, we do it all in reverse, of course. Say GG one more time, if you please. Here we go again. The Count smiles and presses the button one more time. A reel extending from the cannon begins to spin, retracting the wires at an incredible speed. Whoa! We hear Van Helsing's surprised shout through the communicator. Not even 10 seconds later, Van Helsing literally flies back through the air, pulled by the wires. Oh. We don't have any way to catch him. The obvious happens. Gah! Van Helsing slams against the wall with extreme force. Van Helsing, are you alright? Damn it. My vision's all blurry. Van Helsing holds his head for a little while, then slowly climbs up to his feet. Impey, be ready for some much-deserved pain later. Eek! Scary! But it couldn't be helped, right? This plan only worked because of your crazy strength. It only worked because of Van Helsing's abnormal sturdiness. You live up to your reputation as a human weapon. Just when we think that the victory is ours. Hey, I'm not done yet! Nemo's voice cuts through the air, even though he should have fallen already. We rush to look outside and see the HMS Fulton still chasing us among the clouds. Wow, he's so persistent. He still wants to fight? That's impossible. He's got no crew and his ship's a wreck. There's no way he can control it in that state. Just as Impey says, the HMS Fulton rises above... Okay, I thought I was going to say says this, but okay. Just as Impey says, the HMS Fulton rises above the clouds for a moment, then begins to sink down below. Remember this? I may have lost this round, but my soul still burns with a passion for science. I'll be challenging you again. I will. You'll see. I'm really not going to enjoy Impey's path if we have to fight with that dude because his voice is going to break me. I'd rather you didn't. You haven't seen the last of me. We have in this path. Just crash already. Oh, whoops. Once again, Lupin says what we're all thinking. Finally, the HMS Fulton sinks out of sight. We all take a breath in relief. Oh my god, this part's really long if you do this. Like, holy shit. Oh my god, we're going on an hour. Okay, I'm going to finish this scene, and then we'll pick it up in another part. So I know this part's really long, but I did not realize this was going to be so fucking long, this thing. Anyway, my job here is done. We just need to make it back to the finish line now, right? Oh, well, you see, the thing is... Impey begins sounding very evasive once Lupin asks that question. What else is there, Impey? There aren't any other ships in the air. We look at each other with puzzled looks. Impey clears his throat with a strangely calm demeanor. Yes, cough. Engineer Victor will fill you in. A report from Victor? About what? Impey, the engine's going up in flames. There's nothing an amateur like me can do about it. Oh. I hate to tell you this, but the engine's completely burned out, which means we're going down. As if proving Victor right, we hear a roar and the ship begins to shudder. And there we go. Okay, so perfect. I am actually going to wrap this part up here while we're skipping through this. And probably what's going to happen is we will come back right when we're about to talk to Saint Germain in this chapter. So we're going through this. So I will wrap this part up here. We will come back when we go there because we're supposed to say you wouldn't understand instead of whatever. So we're going to choose that. And then we'll continue, and then we'll be in Victor's actual part. But, like, I don't want to... screw it. We'll just do this, and then we'll end it. Because we're already going through this, and we've got 55 minutes, 60 minutes. Screw it. So I'm really sorry for those of you who probably think that the 40-minute parts are long. But yay for everybody who wants really long parts and loves this game a lot. Now we get to see all this. And it was worth it because that scene was goddamn amazing. And I just can't believe we put Van Helsing in a canon. And so we're going all through this, and we're supposed to say to the Count that you wouldn't understand. So let's just do this. You wouldn't understand. Perhaps that is so. Crime, punishment, forgiveness, they all exist within your heart. I'm going to do the skip so we get to it. But please, allow me to say this. I pray that your heart finds peace. Thank you, Saint Germain. Now then, it's late. You should force yourself to sleep, knowing what awaits tomorrow. I obediently follow the Count's suggestion and return to the mansion with him. Part of my heart still remains in that moment, in the darkness. My heart is still clouded, and I walk along silently. Okay, so there we go. Now I'll wrap this part up, and when we come back, we will continue where we were. Oh, wait, I think we're... Hold on. I need to check something. No, okay, so when we come back in the next part, we'll start with the chapter 9, so we'll be in Victor's path. So I'll probably pick back up at the next checkpoint. I'll just let it skip through because I'm going to record it right after this. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.